I guess I would like to know what the insinuation was. You know, I don't know if it's what I want people to feel or think. Well, yours, if the genocide,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? All of that falls on me. All of the decision making process. Hypocrisy.
The German literary giant and polymath Johann Wolfgang von Goethe captured a timeless and terrifying truth in a simple observation. There is nothing more frightful than ignorance in action. This warning didn't come from a character in a play. It's from his own collection of profound insights on science, art, and life called Maxims and Reflections, published in 1826. Goethe understood the difference between passive ignorance, which is simply not knowing, and active ignorance, the energetic application of misinformation, prejudice, or a lack of understanding. Goethe's sheer breadth of intellect is what led Albert Einstein to regard him with awe. Yes, this nerd considered his works as being so profound that he kept a bust of Goethe in his own study, and in 1932 wrote a whole-ass letter glazing him, admitting that Goethe was a poet without peer and as one of the smartest and wisest men of all time. This assessment from one of history's greatest minds underscores the weight of Goethe's words. His statement has stood the test of time because it perfectly diagnoses a recurring danger to our deep, fried civilization. See, it isn't the person who quietly admits, "I don't know," who poses a threat. No, that's fine. In fact, admirable in certain situations. No, it's the person who, fueled by certainty but lacking knowledge, confidently takes action, be it in policy, social movements, or personal vendettas. It is this ignorance in action that has been weaponized oh so easily, so much so that grand democracies are falling in real time as a result. Now, it may seem, much like our boy Albert, that I'm glazing Goethe, but unlike Albert, my glaze comes with slight critique. See, I believe this maxim, while profound for its time, no longer fully captures the folly of modern society. His warning was born from an era of enlightenment and high culture. They saw active ignorance as a clear and present danger to civilization. Well, eventually, maybe not, but... in our time, we have not only normalized it...
Oh my god, you have cancer. You are such a loser.
We have monetized it, platformed it, and turned it into our primary source of content. I would argue that the modern-day reincarnation of Goethe is a man who truly captures the chaotic, fast-paced spirit of our current age. XQC.
I've seen some of these documentaries, I ain't building none of that. Hey, the game government ain't no getting no one in the best sample, no give them a 3D.
I have no idea what the fuck you're saying right now.
It took a lot of damage, I dropped them back by accident, like an idiot.
Bro, what the what?
I just dropped down like a dumbass.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm dropping off over there. What do you want to do with them, man?
In my opinion, after critically observing the daily spectacle of online discourse, XQC would, in the year of our Lord 2025, undoubtedly make a slight correction.
Coming in on the right side, I have double versus plus them in that.
What happened on the 3rd day of November 2025 shall go down in history as one of the greatest debate fails on this platform. And yes, I say debate, we'll touch on that later. To recap though, Cruel World Happy Mind, which I am not saying again in this video, made a takedown video on Ethan and Ela Klein. In it, the presenter, Madison Harnish, made several baseless accusations. She then received backlash from the video from several communities, but mostly from the snark, or simply put, devout hater communities, as a result of her use of the C word instead of the G word. She made a follow-up apologizing to those communities and the content creators involved.
Israel is 100% committing a genocide, and
I don't have the There's that celebratory music that Zach always plays, but I don't know.
I'm applauding her bravery, dude. Oh my God, she came out and said that, dude. Oh my God, she's so brave, girl. Thank you. You saved that. You saved Gaza. Thank you.
but reinforced her position on Ethan Klein.
Upholding these, Israeli values.
Go on.
And ideals that have been sort of programmed into him from when he was born.
Okay, you're Nazi.
When he was
you're
born?
Like a fucking.
He wasn't born in Israel.
You actually are an anti-Semite.
You are like, yeah, that's what
That
I'm
is
saying.
a crazy thing to
Like,
say.
you're actually just a racist piece of shit.
He wasn't born in Israel. What are you talking about?
She's saying that all
Just by
Jews are
being
indoctrinated
Jews are
at
brainwashed
birth
from birth.
with Israeli. What did she say?
Ideals.
Ideals.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
And the Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old.
Hypocrisy,
She then did a live stream, her first ever, trying to help us understand that she didn't record the video well enough and prove the existence of her sources, and that they were either credible at the time or misinformed and poorly presented. Following that live stream, she got in touch with Ethan, who invited her onto his podcast, the H3 podcast, to explain her current position and her previous takes on all videos related to H3H3. Now, following that recap, I will say this video isn't an in-depth breakdown of Madison's appearance on the H3 podcast. I will touch on a couple instances from it that make this the most entertaining video on the platform right now, but in my opinion, the best way to disseminate her bullshit is to 1. Watch in its entirety episode 207 of the H3 podcast. Do so yourself and use your own critical thinking skills. I hope you have some. Then 2. Watch live streams breaking down her bullshit from somewhat reputable streamers. This is cause these slop kings and queens can use that medium best to guide you through this monumental occasion, kind of like a watch party, and they'll aptly apply the relevant context and commentary on her blatant deflection and gaslighting. I'll share a couple channels, some who were against Ethan and some who have always been with Ethan, but somewhat share the same opinion on this matter. I'll touch on some of the highlights that prove just how accurate XQ Goethe's maxim was and just how cooked society is, and maybe help you see how this may be the best way to diffuse the proverbial hate bomb and also end someone's career in journalism with such a novel act. To kick things off, Ethan sets the tone of the conversation, highlighting that inasmuch as this may get contentious, he's appreciative of Madison calling in to try and comment on her work.
First of all, thanks for calling. Nice to meet you virtually. I appreciate it a lot. What I want to do today, essentially review the video you made called Am I Helping? And what you went over your script for the video you made about me. And we can kind of just talk through it, right?
He plays clips from her video with the intention of gathering Madison's opinion on her own reporting. The first clip revolves around a snark-fueled theory that Ela Klein thinks Palestinian babies are terrorists. In Madison's video, she uses a clip cut out of context. She states that the internet deems Ela's head movement in this clip is an implication to her agreeing with slimy head Rudy.
Ela, on the other hand, has made comments deemed even more insensitive, like calling toddlers terrorists.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans.
And the Palestinians are taught to kill us at 2 years old.
That's pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Do we have that one?
Like,
What do you mean? I mean,
so you said she called terrorist. She said called babies terrorists. I didn't see that.
Even when AB, an Arab employee and friend of Ela, helps her understand that that's an absurd thing to believe about.
We're ganging up, but I will just say on this point that, yeah, these people who you're sourcing, they don't care about the truth. They're just trying to find any little clip they could misrepresent for their narrative. And again, it is... They don't care that I'm Muslim, I'm Arab, I brought it up.
She still later states that Ela has made multiple comments that align with popular batshit crazy Zionist talking points.
So what was the problem, I guess, with me? What are the many comments that I've made?
Yeah, so again, I was attempting to say these are people's issues with, your
No, but you
statements that have been shown online.
said Hila has made comments in plural that have deemed, and then you finished the sentence. So what are the comments that I've made?
Yeah, I mean, I can go online. I think the main ones
You don't
that I
know
remember
them?
seeing,
Okay.
the main ones that I remember seeing is that and the
That
rain.
was not a
Again,
comment.
She didn't say anything, to be
Well,
clear.
what did I say there?
If that's the
And then doesn't show them. She believes that the head gesture is the main one. When given the full context, played the clips, actual explanations are given to her, which were given months ago, mind you.
I mean, watching this back myself, it's clear to me that I'm like processing so many things. And when AB says that, I was kind of shocked too, because I haven't seen the clip, and that's what I say. I'm like, I haven't even seen that. I don't know. And then says something, and it's just me processing everything. And plus, I never actually said anything.
She still doesn't correct her reporting or apologize for the inclusion.
would you 100% disavow what Rudy Giuliani said?
obviously, and I've done that a billion times.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear.
Yeah, but but you made a 3-hour video about me, so I just feel like.
But also says this.
I think that, again, with Rudy's statement, maybe they were just expecting like a sort of like, that is fucked up. How dare he say that? Like, kind of thing.
Were you watching? Did you watch the whole podcast? 'Cause I don't even know.
I would love to see a clip. I would love to see you say that.
I don't remember what happened the rest of the podcast, but I've disavowed what's happening in Gaza many times.
Yes, I know. And I showed those clips in my section.
Huh? Ethan then plays this video, and we'll try and look past just how avoidant she is in this segment. We'll try and focus on how she denies it's her own choice, an effort to add the clip, and it was a team member of hers.
I actually don't know what it is. It looks like a tattoo. I think I've seen.
People. So why did you zoom in on that?
I'm not gonna. I work with a team of people, but I'm not going to, talk about their choices and. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna like.
Well, not really, because it is your project. Ultimately, if it's representing you, I would I would certainly not want my other collaborators having hidden opinions in there that I didn't approve of, right? Like, that doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to think of the best way to navigate that, to be honest. I work with researchers, I work with editors, and I really do.
So you included this clip,
in
you don't know what it means.
When pressured, her chosen dialogue path involves trauma dump.
I work with a team member who I work with a few different team members that I've worked with for literally since I was 2 months postpartum and losing my mind a little bit, with a baby. My husband has been out of the army for a few years now, but he was in the field for a month when I was about 2 months postpartum. And
then after enough time of frying in her own grease.
The reason why I clip that is to be also, again, I do think, and I'm certainly not devoid of hypocrisy. I think that there's a certain, which we'll probably get into. I think that I can certainly, deploy hypocrisy, and that's happened a few times. And I think that.
So it was her decision, all of a sudden, to include the clip. She claims she's reporting on the internet's concern on his welfare, but doesn't mention or report on Ethan's own community's opinion, who actually would be actively concerned about his welfare.
Well, that's interesting because they're saying I look like an addict in that clip, but I'm not.
Exactly. So that's why, I think that, again, what I'm trying to show when I do a lot of this content is the online concern, and I should try to essentially very heavily disassociate that from my own opinion. I definitely agree with that. I think that Again, as far as, and I think that this is referencing the big post of concerns for Ethan's mental health on the Snark page, if that's what you're referencing, where it kind of discusses that. Really, really intense. And I'm not saying that, you haven't had a lot of those posts.
When you found people expressing concern for me, were they in my community?
No, like I said,
No.
it was this master post that
It was
talked about.
in a community dedicated to snarking on me. They were the ones expressing concern, not my actual fans that care about me. That sounds like concern trolling.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't you think my real
guess
fans would be concerned if they thought I was on drugs?
I guess that's up to the individual person, because I think that
Eventually, she would then jokingly imply the reason for the clip's inclusion and zoom in onto his leg, the tattoo, is to highlight how unprofessional Ethan is being.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess my main question is, why was your leg up when you were
That happens all the time.
chatting?
I mean, I do that literally every episode.
Okay.
But,
It's just more comfortable.
so my leg being up is implying something?
I mean, is it the most professional? I don't know.
Is that why you included it when you're talking about?
She would not apologize for not reporting on his community and only using snark clips. Worse still, she did not apologize for including the clip, even after being alerted to the dangers it poses to Ethan.
And again, this is like,
Yeah.
I feel like
No,
you're not,
again, I think
you don't
that-
treat these videos with the gravity they deserve. Like, once again, you're talking about my life.
I agree.
And you are
I
making
agree.
extraordinary claims about me and my family, right? Like
No,
damaging,
again, I think
hurtful, like career, reputational, and just personally, like very hurtful and horrible things that should never be said without an extraordinarily serious, I am a person, right? Like at the end of the day, I'm not just like some fucking drug addict with his foot up on the desk that you can just say anything you want about. Like, it's just I am a person here, right?
In the end, Ethan moves on as he feels she's cooked herself enough. Ethan then plays a clip where Madison says this.
At any moment, Hila decided to call the brand Teddy Fresh because Ethan and Hila loved the name Theodore or Teddy. Theodore happens to be the name of their first son. Teddy is the nickname they have for each other. Following the launch of Teddy Fresh's first collection in October of 2017, the brand almost immediately saw massive success. Much of its apparel would sell out shortly after dropping, and the line reflects Hila's own personal style. While in the past I would certainly commend Hila for having a very creative style, often some of the outfit ensembles that Hila chooses feels very childlike, with also Teddy Fresh having a little teddy bear as a logo. I don't know, maybe it's interesting.
So, by the way, what's interesting about that?
Yeah, so essentially what I was trying to say, which, I kind of wrote it down as to make sure, I don't know, because I feel like I didn't go about that the right way and how I should have described it in depth.
And then you show pictures of me that don't show me dressed childlike either, so
I can actually
was
show,
confused
like,
by the point.
Do you think this is childlike, this outfit?
I did have more examples in the script itself, in my opinion.
I'm just looking at the video.
Just
talk about it.
And makes a lot of jokes about pets. Hila dresses kind of childlike with a little teddy bear for her fashion brand. I find all of that interesting. It reminds me of when I was really young and naive and had people who I thought were guy friends that would make a lot of sexual jokes towards me. And then they would kind of nudge me and say, it's just a joke, we're just joking around. And then I would always be shocked and disappointed when some time would pass and they would try to make a pass at me. Over time, when I became less naive, I realized that those jokes weren't really jokes at all, that they actually meant what they said the entire time.
In this clip, Madison is implying that based on a 15-year-old Reddit account and Hila's style, that they are either groomers or pedophiles.
Old account has
just so you know, there's been zero accusations against me for anything, even talking inappropriately to fans and of any age, anywhere. I don't have a Snapchat. I don't talk. I don't engage fans in DMs. So
If
the
anything,
insinuation, and again, I want you to look at it from my perspective, right?
Yeah.
The insinuation that I'm grooming people, children, is not okay.
However, Madison wouldn't imply that Hassan Piker is a pedophile based on his video segment on Miley Cyrus.
Out. Come back again
Now,
next week.
just as a reminder, this is about 6 years after my Reddit account was expired, right?
And
After it was inactive.
and Miley was around 18 years old.
Well, but Hannah Montana was a girl,
Sure, yeah.
a little girl.
And worse, yeah.
So he said he uses the character name. Anyway, here it is.
We discussed the legendary question of all time: old enough to count, old enough to mount? Question mark. I want to say thank you to Miley Cyrus for showing off her camel toe at the VMAs the other night. I always knew Hannah Montana was a little slut. Don't even try to hide it. Look, this is a classic.
So, I mean, is this a pedophile trying to groom people?
I think in general, I mean, I don't fuck with the camel toe jokes. I don't think that's cool.
What about the pedophile jokes?
Yeah, I mean, how old was she at the
Well,
time?
Hannah Montana.
Madison's biggest issue with this
Yeah.
are the camel toe jokes, which, guys, she doesn't fuck with at all. She claims Ethan's comments and his closeness to the Teddy Fresh brand mean that they are probably grooming children and that it's interesting.
The thing that sort of that I said sort of, and the word that I said is sort of I felt like kind of undermined that wholesomeness of the brand was seeing your past Reddit accounts, seeing the sort of jokes that you would continually make about pedophilia, seeing all of that and your closeness with the brand. I was kind of like essentially that association.
Do I make a lot of jokes about
sort of
pedophilia? I mean, I acknowledge I had that old account that's like 15 years old and stuff. But do I make jokes about pedophilia? I don't think so. That's not like a frequent topic.
When pressured by Hila on how funny the pictures are and what her opinion on her own video is, she short circuits.
Because you're saying in the past you would commend my stuff, but what's changed? I didn't understand what's changed. And then you show pictures of me that don't show me dressed childlike either. So
I can actually show, like,
by the point.
Do you think this is childlike, this outfit?
I did have more examples in the script itself.
Then her chosen dialogue path involves deflection, and for the first time, passive aggression.
Just because I'm ugly? Like, what kind of funny?
You should look at the comments on Snark where this is found from and see like the kind of jokes that you're tapping into.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. I will.
With the strawman argument and us not knowing her sentiment.
I feel like it's
so this is another your editor kind of sneaking one in on you again.
It's a bit of a straw man, but if you want to talk about that particular photo, yeah, we can go in depth about
what's a straw man?
That outfit. The photo itself.
The photo is in your video. How is that a straw man?
I mean, yeah, no, but if we want to debate the specifics of that photo itself, we can talk about that, But if we want to talk about the sentiment that I discussed and, why I meant that and why I think I should have expanded more on that, so it wasn't, taken out of context, we can discuss that as well.
These are the looks, by the way.
What is her sentiment? Do you know? We're an hour plus in. Do you know her sentiments on her video? Do you think she knows her sentiments on her own video? Maybe you can comment that she believes trolls were a thing of the past, and it was a normalization of people at that time. Unfortunately, or fortunately for her, this doesn't apply to Pedotroll, the account that was shut down. She proceeds to moral grandstand about consistent jokes on pedophilia that she doesn't have on hand. She didn't provide in the original video or apologize on the live stream for. Mind you, she doesn't share these with Ethan in the moment. In the end, after stating that all of this is interesting, as I mentioned earlier, she wouldn't apologize for the implication. She just concedes and says she's planning on doing better. But the worst offense is when she's pressed a second time using her own rationale to call Hassan a pedophile based on his previous jokes in the Miley Cyrus segment. She's quick to point out the most important thing in the entire video.
It's in the name.
I mean, yeah.
I don't stand by those comments though, and people are totally justified to point it out and say it's gross and cringe and stuff, but I don't think that it's fair to say it implies anything other than that. Unless you're willing to go on record and say Hassan Piker is a pedophile groomer, which I don't believe he is, for the record.
Sorry, also I just keep staring at like this stain on my couch and it's bugging me so much.
What, the white one?
I'm like, I didn't really... the empty one. There's like a tiny stain there that's bugging me.
I love your chair, by the way. It's a beautiful green color.
Thank you.
And the throw blanket behind you is beautiful too.
Thanks. Just didn't really catch that.
I didn't notice, but now I do. Everybody look at her stain.
Now, I cannot understate just how important this video is, not only for Ethan and Ela, who handled this just like any well-adjusted parent would, but for YouTubers fighting hate campaigns based on thin air. Unlike Maddie over here, I'll give you my opinion. In my opinion, she holds certain fundamental or based beliefs on Ethan and Ela. I believe that she believes that they are Zionists, that Ethan is on drugs, and that they both are groomers or pedophiles. But funny enough, I genuinely don't think she knows anything else about them. Despite making a 3+ hour video reporting on online sentiment on them, sentiment from one specific part of the internet, she doesn't know these people. She doesn't know the law. She doesn't know the effort made to better themselves and several marginalized communities, including the Palestinian cause. She only made her video essay for a quick buck. And guys, despite her fluffy, goofy demeanor and the discharge stains on her couch, I'm joking, it's probably food, I can relate, I'm clumsy too, girl. People, she's not a good person. In my opinion, she's a painfully introverted mean girl who masks criticism of her subjects and of herself with a grand sweeping notion that she's reporting on external experiences and meta-commentary. She's a liar, she's a gaslighter, and she's a poorly adjusted, homeschooled cry bully. And the most damning part of this entire video is her inability to call out a page that is devoted to the harassment of Ethan and Ela Klein, two parents who have been slandered simply because of their racial identities and where they come from. In my opinion, she didn't disavow the page because she actively engages with it and is genuinely terrified of receiving the same amount of harassment from that very creator. As a parent, she should know better. She should know the implications of her reporting. Now, I want to touch on something critical to me, someone who consumes a lot of content. Madison is quick to comment on content creation and claim that it's evil or unhealthy for you. But she's the one who's in the business of constantly criticizing public figures and engaging with pages that do the same. What, did you think the blowback would be easy? Regardless of whether the video was justified, there will always be blowback and it will be rough. Despite Ethan's life being extremely difficult recently, Ethan's built a community of friends via content creation. He looks after them. Mind you, he's not only doing online critiques, he literally uploads challenges, vlogs, tier list videos, regular sketches, recurring characters, and thoroughly enjoys doing this year on year. I've subscribed to several content creators who've educated me, inspired me, challenged me, motivated me. And even though I don't fully agree with everything they say, they're able to provide a substantial benefit to my general functioning, and in return, I support them and their connections or organizations. This allows them to earn and thrive in this challenging global economy, and I to grow and build my world view. Madison isn't here to make up a apologize or correct her video. She was here to debate the validity of her points. She did not apologize for any of the statements made in this video. I lie, she did once, 2.5 hours into the video, when she realized she looks mean-spirited and stupid. And now, when I think of it, she profusely apologized for all the other times she hit her mic and when the sun was getting real low. She was condescending, passive-aggressive, dismissive, and quite obviously highly strung. Her tears weren't for the Palestinians. She broke down because she was genuinely frustrated with how poorly this was going. And if any of you guys have been outside and know how girlies work, you can see how this is most likely the case. Madison, as a bastion of free speech and journalistic integrity, it's important that you accept criticism where you're wrong and make the relevant changes to enhance your work. You might change the world one day, you know? One video at a time, girly. But sadly, this mockery is still up. Not sufficiently edited and still perpetuating unfounded claims. In this deep-fried reality of ours that's governed by our respective algorithms, it's our responsibility to look out for ourselves and our neighbors. It is only right that we make a call to arms or action. I've never known how to speak on those two interchangeably. Why I do. And report this video and state what it is. Misinformation. As a journalist, that won't only help you, Madison. It will greatly arm you with the so-called knowledge that you've been claiming you've taken from this experience. I've only hit the tip of the iceberg with this video. The wild tangents, the moments of dismissal, and unreal yapping are better absorbed in the 4-hour watch. So please go ahead and watch this episode on the H3 podcast or with your preferred streamer. I don't want to change the world with this video and this channel. I'll be lucky if this gets more than 100 views. No, I want to share some of the greatest pieces of content man has ever been involved in making and that I ultimately enjoy. So please go and enjoy this white girl crash out and thank me later. But also, guys, let's do better. Have some integrity. If you want to do this online thing for the bag, you absolutely can. Just be honest with yourself and, at the very least, sheathe your weaponized ignorance. I dare you to even pretend to be decent. And hey, at least we'll have a grand old time in this damned digital agora that we all now inhabit. Hey, thanks for sitting through like 30 minutes of my divine yappage. This is my second channel. I have a primary channel where I do more tech-based audiophile products, more review type stuff. I also have a podcast called Thoughts on Apple and Spotify, where me and my partner go and review, try and fix really shitty shit. Right now, we're starting a watch through of Old Fair, and the podcast next week will be fire. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, check us out in the description below. Now, be a good boy, be a good girl, tell your mother you love them. Peace.